Welcome back to another session at Community Hood. It's so good to host this format. It's been a while since we hosted our last panel discussion. I think it's a great way to go deep into one topic with people who have done something tangible on that topic. And today I think the topic is very interesting. So today's topic is something that again was crowdsourced from some of our members. The topic is how to create a safe and inclusive space for your community members. Just let me quickly introduce myself. My name is Nipun Goyal, and I am the founder and CEO of LikeMinds, which is the software that powers the Community Hood platform. We are essentially a plug and play infra solution for community features. Could be a chat feature, could be a feed feature. So with Community Hood, which is our community of about 1150 plus community builders and about 10,000 plus email subscribers, we try to focus on three pillars. One is to crowdsource challenges from different community builders. Second is to crowdsource knowledge from different community builders, and third is to document that knowledge. And this event is a way to highlight what we stand for. All right, so let me quickly start introducing my panelists for the day. So let me start with my first panelist, Shruti. So Shruti Sharma, she's co-founder of Creator of Products. It's a volunteer-led community of more than 20,000 members. From diverse set of members, ranging from product managers to engineers to designers to startup founders to CXOs, business folks who want to learn, share, and discuss about product creation. She entered the Indian startup world in 2011 and has been very proactively working in the ecosystem and working with a lot of industry experts. She has worked with brands like Snapdeal, Paytm, Book My Show, Pine Labs, and currently she's a product manager at Microsoft. But that doesn't stop her from, doing her community efforts for the community of product, leaders and enthusiasts. And for her, this community called Creators of Product has been a lifetime opportunity to create impact. So welcome, Shruti. Very, very glad to have you here.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. Hi, everyone.
Awesome. Let me invite my second guest for the day, Shakun. Shakun Vijay is a counselor and a community builder. Very interesting mix. Although, like we all, as community builders, we all have to counsel our members very often. But having a professional background, I'm sure, helps. So she is literally the custodian of trust and empathy at SHEROES. SHEROES, I'm sure you would all have heard of, but just quickly, it's a women-only social platform, safe and trusted, high empathy and constructive space, which is powered by communities, a chat helpline, resources, opportunities, and conversations. Shakun has over 9 years of experience, like I said, in counseling and building communities, conceptualizing them, structuring them, creating content, engaging members, doing growth and retention. And before this, she had her own founding stint with this venture called lovedoctor.in. So she comes from a very diverse background as well, and I think she'll bring a lot of different perspective of building like a very large community of women.
Thanks for inviting me, Shakun. Thanks for inviting me, Nipun, and everyone. Good evening. Very good evening to all.
Awesome. All right, so I'll bring my final guest for the day, Chitransh. Chitransh is community product manager, and it's a very interesting title, right? Like hybrid of community manager and a product manager. So he is community product manager at Mosaic Wellness, and specifically like Mosaic Wellness is essentially a set of multiple brands. I think Chitransh primarily looks at Man Matters, which is men's health focused platform for healthcare issues like baldness, sexual performance, and so on. And Man Matters and Mosaic is a one-stop holistic wellness platform where they provide access to doctor-led solution for wellness needs of men, specifically with Man Matters. And earlier, Chitransh used to work at TrueFan as their community manager for brand partnerships, and he was telling us that he has worked with large Bollywood stars as well. So if you want an intro with the right value proposition for a Bollywood star, he is your guy. Awesome. Thanks, Chitransh, for joining us today. And
thank you, guys. Thank you, Nipun, for having me. Yeah.
Awesome.
Hey, everyone.
Awesome. So let's start maybe with Shakun. Shakun, I want to know how much impactful has it been to literally make it a safe space. Like in your introduction of SHEROES, there was safe space. So how important is safe space for SHEROES?
So that is the soul of our our platform, I would say, because there's a lot that's happening on internet, and I would not say it is not safe, but at least that's the feeling women and many men also get when they are around on the internet, and real conversations, real people, real faces were hard to find over all the networks. When we are into the system, when we build communities, we know about how things are unreal, how they can be chat bots or bot likes and all of that stuff. So that's where we find our space. That's where women also feel that SHEROES brings an additional value of being safe space. And along with that, we boast about having only real women on the platform, and there are no bots. Are very free. They feel free to share their filters. There are no filters on the platform. When you see women posting their no filter pictures and thoughts, not just pictures, but also thoughts, their needs, their preferences. And when I talk about needs and preferences, it can be something about as intimate as their sexual preferences, to the legal issues they are facing, to the abuse, the violence they may be facing, and non-conventional preferences that women may have, be it about their career or their lifestyle choices or anything. So they feel free to share, to share their experiences, to ask questions about it. Apart from that, we've also impacted lives of women across the country. We are not just into metros. We have our reach to tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, even small hamlets and villages. So there are first-time internet users as well. For us, it is very easy to know that this is how you create a post or this is how you like something. But for them, it was a first-time internet experience. They were not even aware how to use it. So forget about feeling safe. Once they landed on the platform, they see behavior of other members doing it without any fear of, say, judgment or being trolled, because there are real women only, right? When they also see our systems in place to actually control that, it becomes all the more easy for them. We have giving you just an example, we have women from mid-age to senior citizens to up to 75 years of age, and sometimes also teenagers landing on our platform wanting to discuss about their lives. So this is how it makes it easy for all of them. Some of them have started their internet journeys on the platform, and if I give an example, they also found their niche, found their calling within the platform, and some of them have now, say for example, just worked upon their ebooks and published them. So for a first time internet user from a very small town in the country, reaching to that level, publishing a ebook over Amazon or any other platform is a big achievement. That's how they feel safe. They don't feel what if I write this, will I be judged or will I be trolled?
Chitransh, I also want you to sort of pitch in with this on the fact that Mosaic wanted to become a wellness platform, but they decided to make 3 platforms primarily to create a safe space for all 3 genres. Can you talk a little bit about this and why the strategy was taken?
So basically, in Mosaic, we deal 3 different brands. Like Man Matters, specifically, discussing men's issues. Then we have Little Joys, that is different for parents and children. Then we have Be Body Wise, that's for women only brand. So we noticed that all the 3 brands have different members have facing different issues. So like they wanted to feel safe among the community where they could be just, be upfront and like feel that sense of belongingness among the members, right? I mean, if in Man Matters, like, all of our members are very much comfortable discussing their relationship issues, the sexual issues about their hair and all. Similarly goes with our Be Body West community. I mean, women were very upfront discussing about their PCOS issues, their PCOD, and about health and nutrition. In Little Joys, we have noticed a whole different type of communication where, parents are just coming out and they're discussing that, hey, my child is facing nutrition issue, what should I do? So like we noticed that to just tackle these three situations, the three different type of communities will be much more beneficial, where the new user could feel that belongingness among their members, that okay, this is my tribe and I can just be outspoken discussing about their issues or what kind of lifestyle I should change in, right? So like that was our main goal, to just segregate three different communities and to onboard users accordingly onto that.
Got it.
Yeah.
And how has the experience been with Man Matters in terms of the kind of things that people have shared because it is a safe space?
So see, like we are a health and wellness platform, and it's not just a one-time gig, like you buy something and you just try it out for the first time, right? I mean, you have to build a habit just to get a good result, because you are tackling an issue, right? I mean, you have to sign up for that particular like a product or service for like 6 to 7 months. So you need some kind of validation from other members that okay, are you facing some kind of side effects, or is it actually helping? We have different categories for health and nutrition, for hair, for performance. So what kind of community flywheel we are trying to create is our community members become our main health coaches and moderators, guiding different new users who come on the platform. And if they have any concerns that okay, like I'm just starting this nutritional course by Man Matters, what sort of improvement would I expect in the first 15 days? I'm going through this issue, what sort of precautions I need. So this kind of a snowball effect which we are creating within our members, that okay, like members creating everyone as their friends, like whoever comes on the community, they are just welcoming them. Hey, just be comfortable, discuss your issues, no one gonna judge you according to that.
Right.
So that kind of flywheel which we are planning to create, where our members convert to our moderators and to our health coaches. So that's the thing which we are creating with Man Matters, Be Body Wise, and with Little Joys only.
Shruti, you were also mentioning about certain tech interventions that you guys take to make the community space safe. Can you highlight some of those?
Yeah, actually, you just started that with what you guys make. That is what the bot picks up whenever someone says, "Hi guys."
I knew it.
The bot. That was a very opportune thing. So we just encourage people to say, "Hey folks," and it has sort of transcended outside also. So now every time someone says "guys," my head flags off. So yeah, we do use a few tools. We use Zapier to flag off a few things that we know are spam, and then that sends out an email to the co-founders and the volunteers. We all of us that met each other on the community, we did not know each other. I probably worked with a few volunteers back at Stampede, but we never were friends per se. So we just got along and started working, and then we took the ownership ourselves. So these kind of emails would go to all of us, and none of us would be next to each other. So we wouldn't know that unless we had a technology to help us moderate better, we wouldn't be able to. So we do have a few technologies that we use. A bot on the Slack channel that I just mentioned, that we also have email notifications that go out to us if there are multiple people getting exact same DM from a person who might be using it for multi-level marketing or something. It's not a common post on the channel. It's a DM to people. We can't read the DM, but we just get the flag that someone's been spamming people. We just figure out
this is what a feature given by Slack, or you're sort of building on top of it using some
I believe our expertise in engineering has helped, and by our I don't mean mine. There are few volunteers who could make if this then that kind of tools.
Got it.
They're mostly on Zapier. We put them on Slack. We are a free community. We do not, I think the only thing we pay for is the domain name of our website. You can join us for free. Slack is free. We're not even on the paid version of it. So whatever we do is all free, all open. Come and ask us how we did it, and we'll probably give you the code for it. That's
Nice.
how open we end up doing. So yes, we built up a few tools that would help us with things like these. YouTube integrations, Slack to Twitter integrations, all of these things we were able to build that sort of helped us automate a lot of questions, or things that we would want to moderate, or things that we would want to keep a tab on. All of us have day jobs. The community is not something that we work on as work. All of us have day jobs, and these tools literally save our life all the time, and we've been able to grow and prosper because of these tools.
Sure. Awesome.
This reminds me of one more thing, Nipun, that I would like to add that we have built within our systems. Is like Shruti mentioned Slack integration and stuff. We also have one channel on our Slack wherein we get to see continuous entries of people who are landing into the system with the tag spam if they have been spammed as if their profile has been spammed. Another thing we have is a spam dashboard, which is accessible to the moderators, so they can be on it continuously, watching, moderating, approving, or whatever be the action according to the guidelines. And another thing which is visible right on the face of the app only to the admins are, for example, if my profile is reported by system but my account is yet to get on hold because I have posted marketing content, just one, and the threshold for this is 10 posts. So admins are going to see again a spam tag against that post in my profile, so they can just look into it. That is only visible to them.
Awesome. Chitransh, can you talk about some of the ways that you guys have ensured, that all the different communities that you have feel safe? Like, are there certain processes that you've kept?
Yeah. So we've been running these 3 different communities. It's been 2 years now. So we experimented a lot of different hypotheses how you could segregate and make a safe, inclusive community for men, for females, and just for parents, right? So previously we used to run on Discord and on WhatsApp. So there, you cannot just put in a lot of filters who is onboarding, who is coming on your platform. If someone just clicks on the invitation link, they be redirected to the group, right? So even on Discord, we will notice a lot of complications in segregating different communities, right? So for Man Matters, firstly we used to run a community on Discord, and we saw a very good certain spike in our users who are just very much active discussing elective health issues and non-elective health issues also, right? About their relationship, about their careers and all. So we thought that why would if users are spending so much time discussing the issues, why would you have to send them to a different to a different platform, right? You could just onboard them to your, you could just give them a feasible platform on your app where they could just be very much comfortable while discussing and their issues, right? So we build a whole different platform for Man Matters on an application, and it was a good success. But that was a feed kind of interface which we created. So it was adding different layers. If a new user wanted to communicate with other, he need to create a text and heading, and then there were 3 to 4 steps while first interacting with the community members. Then we got to solve this by the help of you, when we integrated LikeMinds to our system. That gave us that acceleration in our community members, where they were very much free on board on while getting onboarded and just in a one-to-one way talking to the users. So similarly we've been experimenting this with Bodywise, adding different filters that for the privacy issue, that if you're a male, if you're a female, just Shakun said, because we want to create a safe space for women also. we had a very tricky problem while making a community for Little Joys, because it's a parent community, right? So, and we cannot just be, this will be mother's community. So previously what we did is we made a general community for fathers and for mothers. Of course, like mothers were very much more concerned discussing their child issues instead of fathers, but we just cannot just put a layer in, mothers or fathers. But like, again, like there was some, fishy behaviors from some men to that community. So how we rectified that particular issue is that we created two different communities. One is general community for all males and females, and then there is one selective community just for mothers, for like female parents, like, right? So I mean, again, like on that general community we had to put in a lot of different moderations. If users are not going abusing the platform and putting different issues. So like the mothers only platform, like the parents one, is working really well. I mean, we are getting like around 300 to 500 messages a day. Mothers are very much concerned about how to tackle different issues with their children, and sharing their nutrition, diet and everything. So yeah, I mean, that is what, like, I mean, again, like we've been running this whole project for like 2 years, and after analyzing user behavior, what sort of a product our user would want, then we got to decide that, okay, this is the right way you could just onboard a new user, and this is how you can segregate into different 3 communities and create that sense of comfortability in a community.
Awesome. I'll jump off, from this topic a little bit again. I want to now try and understand, how do you like foster friendliness and build an experience in the community? So, Shakun, again, SHEROES, it's literally, like you guys say, that it's the safest online space across the globe for women. So how do you like manage to have this kind of culture where members open up with each other, and how do you help them engage with each other? How do you foster friendliness in SHEROES?
So we are a community space, but we also are a technology company, Nipun, and we have a huge team who's working behind it. So we have made it sure that apart from qualitatively inducing this into the community, this has also to be supported by product and tech, because we have to scale. When I talk about how we build that, we have, we chalk out user journeys on the platform. It can't be someone joining for X thing and we will be able to retain that person for that particular purpose for the rest of the life. That's not the reality. We have to curate user journeys. Someone who's joining, like I mentioned, as a first time internet user, should get exposure to identify her skills, to develop on them, and then to achieve something out of that. Then only retention is possible. There's no other way to retain people. Now,
Sure.
when it comes to building this vibe within the community, we have different feeds for new users and our existing users. For the initial 7 days when you log in, you see a different feed on the platform, and after that you are merged with the other members. On this feed, we have various things, from navigation videos to navigate through the system, because we are not an online shopping platform where you go and buy things. We have different things for different aspects of a women's life. So navigation videos, to ask me anything sessions, wherein you can talk to the moderators and the other members of the community. It's not that those posts are not visible in the normal feed, but those are highlighted through our system in the new user feed. When I come to the normal feed, which exists for all the users, we have carousels in place. When I say carousel could be around, this is the new user carousel, wherein you see people joining in new, and you tend to talk to them, you tend to invite them, you tend to know what they are looking for, and members continuously do that. We also have one more thing in place for new users, that they get templated responses, templated posts they see on their feed. So if I am new and I want to introduce myself, I see like 5 templated responses. I can just click on that and share it within the community, so that it becomes easier for me to introduce. I can alter that with whatever I want to add, but that gives me an idea how I can introduce myself. Another thing is the use of hashtags. Like we have this hashtag, say I am new or new here or whatever, in the posts of new users initially, so that other members can see that this is a new person and interact with the same. Good user behavior is rewarded in different manners on our system. For example, if you are interacting with new users and you interacted with say 10 of them today, you may get a badge for that, for being for actually showing the good behavior. Your content may get highlighted, spotlighted if it is valuable for existing users. For example, we tend to highlight success stories for women who feel that and they share about their stories and their journeys. We highlight them so that new users can actually relate to it and replicate the behavior.
Got it.
Both through systems and moderation, both things.
Got it. Very interesting. I think just summarizing, having like different journeys for different types of users, welcoming users with things like different types of feeds and different tools to create content, and for the existing users, promoting the right behavior, spotlighting content. I think very, very interesting. Shruti, I think I want to know, how do you manage to keep the community so inclusive for so many diverse set of audiences, right? Like, although you say creators of product, but there are literally, I think, 7-8 types of stakeholders that you guys are catering to. So
they all create a product.
I know. How do you manage to be inclusive for? See, when I think of creators of product, the initial sort of thought process is कि अच्छा product managers के लिए content ज़्यादा relevant, like the content will be more relevant for product managers. So how do you like become more inclusive, and what kind of things that you do to make sure that the different set of backgrounds are catered to?
Yeah, so I think picking off from what Shakun was saying, we also did think of what happens when someone joins the community, what happens when they don't understand things, and what can I do to get them to discover things that they will like. These are the broad 3 things that we end up thinking of. Within the aspect of doing this, we discovered that someone who's a designer and wants to become a better designer or wants to move into product management, their learning paths are different. So we first try and understand how many diverse set of people there are, which we can find out from their introduction. Then we try and see how is it that they want to, where do they see themselves, and because they write an aspirational introduction, we understand where they want to get. And that's how we figure out that, okay, so most of the new joiners that have come up in the last 2 or 3 months are more design based. Let's have a session for them, or let's highlight a few good read articles that would benefit them. Sometimes we casually get into a discussion conversation asking them if they have a specific question that they're asking, because a lot of people don't frame their questions very straight. They end up asking around the topic. So we like, is this what you're asking? Sort of lets them be known that we understood what they were asking, even though we are not designers. And I randomly picked up designers. Engineers are probably the ones who end up asking very, very specific questions, because the very selfless motive there is, I need to move ahead in my profession, whether I should become a senior software engineer manager or whether I should become a product manager. I can do both. What should I do? But nobody asks this question. They end up asking what kind of environment would help something. So we end up creating sessions for them which are tailor-made to what they might ask. We end up creating channels for them which we know that they would be interested in. There is a channel called ELI5, Explain Like I'm 5. For someone who's an absolute beginner, ELI5 is the place to go. They literally end up asking the most basic questions, and we all honestly end up answering the most basic questions, and no one's saying what's going on, why are you asking me these questions. We also have a founders club, which is, and I use the word club because that one is the little segregated one. You need to have an established company, or at least about to get established into a formal entity to have membership there. Again, free, but a barrier mode. There, I know they don't need to ask me these questions. For them, what's relevant is, has a new report come out? Has a new session from another founder come out? Is there a VC entity looking to invest? I try and understand user journeys. I try and not me particularly, we try and understand what people have joined it, who are interacting. We all get a lot of DMs from a lot of people, and what would be the best thing. We have cadence of meeting up with all of the co-founders once every 2 weeks. We all come, we have strategic places that we need to look at. Every 2 weeks we all meet up for 1 hour and we discuss what's going on and what's the next best step. And that's how we end up managing. But yes, I think the core of that is still figuring out who's joining and what would they want to do once they join, and if they have an aspiration, what can we do to get them there.
Sure. Understood.
A lot of people end up joining not to change a job. The change of job actually happened recently. Just change job ke liye jana hai community mein, but a lot of networking, and for that we literally don't have to get people to talk. They do that among themselves. So I think as engagement, we have this advantageous position that we affect their professional life, so people are a little more invested professionally to respond to things.
Understood. On that note, Chitransh, I want to ask you this, that I think it's easier for Shruti to get the content written, like she said, but man, someone I'm talking on behalf of most men, they are in general not very expressive. How do you get men to talk about things like sexual performance and wellness on a platform, man?
Yeah, so I mean, that is our main goal. I mean, we are, on a mission to, spread that awareness that men come up and speak. I mean, it's been ages you've been listening to the world. I mean, it's now your time to just come up and speak what's in your heart and what kind of advice you want. So, I mean, again, onboarding of a new user is very important. I mean, once he is coming on a platform, on a community, what sort of, content he sees and what kind of behavior other members are, doing on the community, that is very important. So I mean, we are onboarding around 250 to 300 members daily on Man Matters. I mean, specifically to the community, right? So like we had integrated a whole new onboarding journey for the users with different slides that, hey, what is our mission, what are values, what kind of impact we are trying to create, and would you be like to collaborate within this mission, and also, like I told you that we've been running our community on WhatsApp and on Discord. So we analyzed some of the power users who were voluntarily just came up and we act as a moderator, guiding other members that, hey, if you have a nutrition issue, you can just add in this to your diet, and I really use this hair oil and it benefited me. Similarly for performance and sexual health. So that kind of creates a snowball effect within our users only who are coming to that community for the first time, when they see that okay, other users are also asking their issues. So there is no one who would judge you about any sort of issues, because everyone is in the same boat, and let's help each other and just create that kind of environment within our community, right? The same happened with like Be Body Wise. I mean, women's are just coming up, they've been discussing their issues. They noticed that okay, like this is a platform, this is a friendly platform where you could just discuss your issues and you would get a right apt advice, even from a doctor if necessary, or from a community member who's been just going through that particular phase. So empathy is very important by creating that that environment, that community where users just come out and discuss about their issue. So I mean, apart from health elective chat rooms, we've been experimenting different non-health elective chat rooms. Let's say for for like relationships, for careers, for even for music recommendation, for sports, where just people would come and just discuss that who performed well and how about their match highlights. World Cup is going on, so the users are very much more eager to, if they would find someone with their mindset, and they have someone to just discuss about that particular issue, right? So on relationship, we got around 10 to 15 messages a day, users discussing very intimate moment about their problems, that hey, I've been going through a breakup, I'm very stressed, what should you do? So members are much more willingly come out and help that particular user, that hey, I experienced this, why don't you do this, why don't you go and start one hobby, why don't you work out? So we saw this behavior in our community members, which creates that kind of impact, that friendliness among the new user who are just onboarding on a community, and also by maintaining that health and the aesthetics of the community. So yeah, I mean, this is the main goal which we are trying to create. And I mean, yeah, the results are really good. Users, we hadn't seen any sort of behavior where users are mocking other user for a particular issue or something like that. I mean, everyone is very friendly while giving advice. There was one case where a user gave his personal, he said that, okay, this is my Instagram, why don't you come and I could be much more be able to help you discussing this particular issue. So yeah, this is going very well, and you have to create that effect within the community where user can just come and open up about their health and non-health elective issues also.
Thanks a lot. This is a good documentation on this topic. Honestly, we personally didn't find a lot of content on internet when we were researching on this topic. It's a little technical, but I'm glad we did it, and we hope that this endeavor helps people when they are specifically looking to create a safe space in their own communities. Thank you so much, Shakun, Shruti, and Chitransh. Really appreciate it. And thank you everyone who joined us and stayed till the end. All right, thank you so much, and we'll see you soon.
Thanks,
thank you guys.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night, everyone.